God! It's gonna be Daytona!
I don't know. I think Mel Gibson got it.
Chris Black has nobody behind him and will win here in Charlotte.
Nathan Baird is the Season 3 Highway Truck Series champion.
Yeah, off of turn 3, Eric Monaco is gonna win at Pocono for the Subway 100. Hello everybody, this is Travis Crampton, and welcome to season number 3 of the Krispy Kreme Series. It's great to be here at the World Center of Racing for race number 1 on the air for the JBL 300. We got 42 cars on hand. Last season here at Daytona, we had a photo finish by 3/1000ths of a second, which was won by the driver of the 98 of Noah Clifton. We'll see if he can go back to back, which is, very hard, but it can be done. Of course, you have to avoid the big one, which is a big possibility, especially at a super speedway like this. And I think it's time to start the engines for the first race of season number 3.
Drivers, start your engines.
The command has been given, and hopefully all 42 drivers will roll off, and it looks like they all will. The top 10 starting lineup is going to be BB Ruiz and Jake Butchie. It's going to be Brandon Yodel and Denny Moore. Boston Jones and Sophia Fragniti. Stephen Colon and Cole Raymond will round out the top 8, and then it's going to be Alex Kelly in the 16. Going to be rounding out the top 10. Of course, Daytona. Going to be very interesting to see how far we can make it. 40 laps is a long way along this 2 and like 4/10, I don't know, 2 and something mile track of Daytona. Going to be interesting to see how far they can go. Of course, no pit stops, because pit stops ruin super speedway racing on NR. Sure the rest of the field is still rolling, and we are all good to go. Coming out of turn number 4, pace car is gonna dive onto pit road. BB Ruiz and Jake Butchie will lead us to the green flag for the JBL 300 here at Daytona. The first lap is going to be led by number 21 of Brandon Yodel. 3x3 in the front. So we got some cars in the back just hanging out, making sure they don't get involved in an early wreck, which is very possible the way they're racing right now. We're 3x3. Boston Jones has the race lead in the number 18. So you have Stephen Colon at the number 68 as well. But Brandon Yodel getting a nice shove from BB Ruiz, and he's going to clear everyone and head to the middle of the track. Cologne working that bottom side, trying to get some help from the number 68. Brandon Yodel has cleared them all and now controlling the lanes, kind of like Dale Jr., but not Dale Jr. Pretty much the whole pack 3 wide at this point. Of course, you got to be careful when you go 3 wide still. You got to make sure no one tries to make it 4 wide, and we all know what happens when you go 4 wide. Things go all sorts of wrong. Stephen Cologne now has cleared everyone and now just have 2 cars, single file, and the rest of them just hanging out. Yodel still leading. He's led all the laps so far. Here comes the number 68, going to the inside, excuse me, of Stephen Cologne, going for second, possibly going for the lead on Brandon Yodel. Jake Galloway also now clears the pack. I got a 3-car, 4-car breakaway. Got Joe Gibbs trying to work together. Never mind, as I say that. 20 goes to the bottom. Brandon Yodel still leading it. It's going to happen every lap, apparently. Here comes number 68 to the inside of Brandon Yodel. But right now working his way up into 7 as well. Ryan Durrani, 90 as well, catching up. We got Logan Williams in the 17, Josiah Robinson in the 81. Some different people moving up through the pack. Of course, it is a super speedway, so you got cycle racing. But sometimes, you know, you can get a good shove on that top side, like we saw with Brandon Yodel on lap 2 from BB3s. You get a good shot, and that's why Brandon Yodel is still leading here. But now, 3 wide for the lead. Brandon Yodel going to get shuffled out, and his first 5 laps led are going to be it for right now. Logan Williams working the bottom. Ryan Durrani in the middle, and the number 68 up top. The 68 with the lap. I thought the 7th lap, but until I saw him in the middle. Second car in the middle, so maybe the ticker was wrong for just a split second. 68 led that lap. Logan Williams now looks like he's going to move to the middle. Now Josiah Robinson going to lead that bottom side, followed by Juan Garcia in the number 22. Going to lead the lap, another lap on the top side. The 68 and the 21 have led a lot of the laps so far. They've led almost every lap so far. Once again, the outside line gets a nice shove, and the 68 heads to the race lead. But Josiah Robinson, the 81, still next to him. Kennedy in the number 68, still leading the way. And a complete lap number 8. Oh, for 4 wide. Oh, that was close. Oh, man. 4 wide, this is not good. Nick Kennedy likes what he sees in the mirror, but this is not good on lap 9. This is still a long ways to go in this race, so if they crash now, it's going to be a moving chicanes. Looks like we're finally... I don't know. Oh, we're still 4 wide. Now we're 4 wide, 2 rows deep. Oh, no. It's Charlie Davenport in the 4. Still, oh, there we go, we're wrecking. Oh, the 25, the 81, the 39, the 0, the 02, the 10, the 93, and we're still wrecking the 99, the 3, the 19, 21, the 7. That was half the field. Possibly more. Oh man, that was on lap 9, lap 10. That's going to be a lot of cars taken out. Juan Garcia going to lead the race back. But that just took out a lot of good cars. Man. Stephen Colon destroyed. Juan Rodriguez. I feel some people did get on the brakes, but they came back down the hill, and you see Fitzwater destroyed. He is not going to start off the season where he wanted to. Last year finished 40th in points, and looks like he's going to start off this season in a bad way as well. Man, 74 involved. Big one, strikes on lap 10. Not good at all. Well, we're going to see a replay of that wreck right here and take a quick break. Well, here's what happened. Just 4 wide in the tri-oval. One of the danger spots, if you go 4 wide, there's no room off of the tri-oval. Derek Hamill gets turned into the 07. The 90, Derek gets turned, he manages to save it. Logan Williams catches some air. Alex Watts in the 25 gets into Massenthal a little bit. Zachary Fitzwater. You got Alex Bartolo, Josiah Robinson off the ground, Christian Vargas, 93, Roberto Crown Jr., Brandon Yodel, who led a lot of laps early on. Bartolo gets on 2 wheels. I feel like most of these guys either just got side scraped or got on the brakes, and it looks like they're all good. Will Parrish gets involved. And then over here, I feel like Derek came back up the track and took out these guys, so we're going to get another angle here. Well, here's what happened to Derek Hamill. He got turned, saved it, but stayed on the apron of the track, got onto the grass, and just came back up the hill right into the 19. Nowhere to go for Eli Bright. Derek Hamill goes head for, oh my gosh. The 99, Derek Hamill gets involved. 99 on top of the safer barrier. Derek Hamill goes roof first into the wall. Eli Bright also involved in just heavy hit. That was definitely a scary wreck. Juan Rodriguez, Ethan Farley, Derek Hamill, Alex Bartolo, Stephen Colon, Zachary Fitzwater Sr., and the 21 of Brandon Yodel. And then a lot of cars are trapped many laps down because they got stuck on the apron. Allison Rain, Roberto Crown Jr., the 1 of last year's champion, Eric Monaco, the 08 of Christian Vargas, the 51 of Ryan Darnell, and the 90 of Ray Indirani. All those guys are trapped 1 or more laps down. Anyway, pace car gonna take another trip down pit road, and Juan Garcia will lead him back to the green flag. Good start from Juan Garcia. Some of these lap cars, they're up to speed. Some of these lap cars aren't, as you see Ray Indirani holding up a few people, Austin Ash, Jason Carlson, and others. Benny Watson, who made it to the playoffs last season, he's working his way through all these lap cars. 10's in the way a little bit. Juan Garcia with about a 3-car length gap between him and Nick Kennedy, but that's going to easily get diminished because of the draft. And here comes Nick Kennedy with a huge run on Juan Garcia. Nick Kennedy going to go to the race lead, followed by the 6 of Ethan Lewis. Then the 4 of Charlie Davenport, his teammate, 2 JD Motorsport drivers working their way up. You got Jake Galloway as well in the number 20 for Joe Gibbs Racing. And then some of these drivers back here are a lap down. Besides the 13 of Igor Barreto, the number 16 is a lap down. I'd say it was the 10, but the 61 of Henry Dahl also getting through some of these lap cars. Nick Kennedy with, I would say about 2-car length gap, possibly 3-car length to he and the 2 JD Motorsports cars going side by side. And as you see now, the pack has definitely been significantly shortened. It went from 42 cars to possibly, I would say, oh, the 16 is on the lap, my apologies. That was the 10 that was a lap down. So the top 7, top 8, and yeah, top 8 or 9 are within a second. Now the top 10 here is a 36. As I'm looking, more and more cars are starting to catch up. So maybe we possibly have about 10, 15 cars left that still have a shot to win, which is definitely a huge loss for a lot of drivers that got involved in that wreck. Meanwhile, Juan Garcia goes to the inside of Nick Kennedy for the lead. We'll see if that can work. If that can work. Juan doesn't have any help. Of course, Nick Kennedy has the 2 JD Motorsports cars. As I say that, never mind. JD Motorsports going to split Juan Garcia into a JD Motorsports sandwich. Nick Kennedy still going to be leading here, about another 2 car lengths or so, pulling away to a 2 car length lead. Henry Dahl going for second, now third. The 2, the Hattori MBM, number 61. Next time by, going to be halfway through the JBL 300. Juan Garcia once again goes to the inside of Nick Kennedy, but 4 is not going to help. Going to help his Chevrolet of Nick Kennedy. The 2 Chevys working together over the Ford of Juan Garcia. Of course, the Fords definitely don't have a lot of car power. Only about 3 Fords, the 2 Penske cars, and the 98. So not a lot of cars for Ford. And Charlie Davenport's going to push Nick Kennedy out front once again. Here comes Henry Dahl to the inside. And number 61 being followed by the number 54 of Jason Carlson. Rowdy Energy number 54. Denny Moore in the number 12 as well. That's another Penske car. We have a slow car, the 92 of Jake Butchie. That's going to be interesting. Stuck in 3rd gear too. Like I said, the big one's going to have some moving chicanes. So now these guys have to find a way around Jake Butchie and don't get held up too bad. The 07 of Mike Manford is up here now. Nick Kennedy still leading the way here at Daytona. About ever since the restart, got by Juan Garcia and has just dominated this race since the restart. been dominated by a few cars. Oh, there's the 92. Oh, man, that was close. Now blocking the 13 of Igor Barreto. Nowhere to go for the 92. Just stuck in a pickle. That's going to hold up a lot of these guys. Meanwhile, it's all the 5-car pack here. 3 wide for the lead. Here comes Henry Dahl in the number 61. As I say that, he just files back in line, and the 07 of Mike Manford will head to the lead. Looks like everyone is sorted around the number 92, Jake Bajin, now going into a single file line to hopefully catch up to this lead pack. Nick Kennedy starting to work his way back up to third, now going for second. Same with Juan Garcia. They're going to help each other get back up front. Here comes Juan Garcia. He's not going to make it 3 wide for that second spot. Here comes his Penske teammate, Denny Moore. Some more guys starting to file up here. Here comes Jake Galloway and Ethan Lewis, Jacob Thibodeau, Alex Kelly, and others. Nick Kennedy back to the lead once again. But here comes Team Penske, number 22 and the 12. They're going to finally work together, and looks like they're going to get by Nick Kennedy. And we have another slow car, the 81 of Josiah Robinson. Let's see if we can get around her. Josiah proving a little bit difficult to get around of, but looks like she's going to go high, and everyone's going to get by on the bottom. Nowhere to go for the 12 or the 68. Also the 5 getting held up a little bit. That made a lot of these drivers catch up, and unfortunately Nick Kennedy's going to get the worst of that. He's led a lot of laps after the first big one, and now he's going to have to just work his way up all the way back from the back of this pack. And now we have another slow car. That's the 90 of Ray and Durrani, and he's going to hold up that middle line. Jake Galloway is going to be leading, but here comes Ethan Lewis. And they're side by side, and you don't want to do that. That's just going to allow these guys to catch up really quick. Speaking of that, they've already caught up. Here comes the 8 of Madison Tall getting pushed by the 4 of Charlie Davenport. Mike Manford going to go back to the race lead. Another slow car coming up. That's the 18 of Boston Jones. Here comes Madison Tall. As I say that, here comes Charlie Davenport to the inside. He's going to make it 3 wide. Looks like some of those guys unfortunately did get held up. You see Juan Garcia way back has lost the draft, so he's unfortunately going to be taken out of contention unless this lap car holds these guys up and he's able to catch back up. Mike Manford now has a 2-3 car length gap to catch Boston Jones here on the straightaway, and these guys are just going to have nowhere to go. And that's going to allow Alex Watts, Keegan Thompson, and others to catch up. Unfortunately, Juan Garcia, Sofia Fragniti, and Igor Beretta are just too far back to really capitalize on the situation. Anyway, back up front, Mike Manfer still leading with Jake Galloway in second. Nick Kennedy has caught back up to these guys, and he's moved his way back up to third. Henry Dahl, Jason Carlson, Alex Kelly, Denny Moore. Then you got Jacob Thibodeau, Keegan Thompson, Eric Monaco is a lap down in that number 1. Nick Kennedy going to go for second now. Nick Kennedy has a very strong Vero Chevrolet Camaro. And now he's going to get a nice shove from the 12, and he's going to go to the race lead once again. But he gets left out to dry, and Denny Moore is now going to get a nice shove from the 5th. Now, as I say that, here comes the 54 of Jason Carlson. He's going to move the 12 out of the way. Two Toyota Supras leading the way with Henry Dahl in the 61 and Jason Carlson in the 54. Got 2 calling cars right there as well. That's Alex Kelly and Keegan Thompson. Oh boy. 8 laps to go, and it is getting hectic here for the win. Oh man. We're leaning on each other a little bit. Massenthal and the number 8 gonna head to the race lead, getting a nice shove from the 6 of Ethan Lewis. Ethan Lewis gonna head to the race lead, but we'll see if Massenthal can get a nice run off the corner here. Looks like she will. She does lead that lap just barely. Six laps to go this time by. Everyone trying to get everything. Ethan Lewis now heading to the front, getting a nice shove from Tall. That outside line is very good if you can get a nice shove off of 2 and down the back straightaway. If they can stay nose to tail like that, it's usually that's the guy that can stay out front. And now JD Motorsports is going to be one too. That's the ideal situation for them. Here comes Charlie Davenport. Is he going to move to the inside of his teammate? Looks like he will not. These guys now starting to settle down into a 2-wide formation. As I say that, his teammate does move to the inside. Charlie Davenport heading to the race lead. But here comes the 20 of Jake Galloway. He has something to say about that as well. Here comes Jake Galloway getting shoved by the 2 colleague cars. We'll see if these guys are going to be in the way. That might be really close. I think they will be in the way by the time this race ends. Or will he go 4 wide? Oh, Alex Kelly tried to make it 4 wide for the race lead. Holy moly. Oh, he does. Oh, man. This is the point of no return. Oh, man. 4 wide for the race lead. Can we keep it together? I also just realized this is not the point of return. I actually have green-white checkers on, so if we do get a late caution, laps will be extended. Oh, are we going to continue going forward? Yes, we will. 4 wide, 2 rows deep now. They settled back down for 1 row, but we're still 4 wide in the middle of the pack. Oh, man. Oh, boy. This might ruin some people's days. Still 4 wide. Oh, my Lord. How are we keeping it together? Oh, they're tight. Oh, we're beating and banging off each other's doors. Oh my Lord. This is reminding me of the, Talladega that one year where Tony Stewart went upside down. Are we going to settle back down? Yes, we will. Finally. Nick Kennedy's going to be out front. After all of that, Nick Kennedy finds a way to get back out front. One of the most dominant cars of the day. Oh, we're catching up to those slow cars. This is not going to be good for the finish of the race. We're heading to the white flag this time by. If we get there before a wreck happens, let's race back to the line. Oh boy. Catching up to Ray and Durrani. Oh, he went high and the 07 went low. He's now side by side. Mike Manford will head to the race lead, but we still have some more lap cars in the way. That's Jake Butchie in the 92. And then we have a whole pack of cars. Juan Garcia is up to 4th out of nowhere. Oh, here comes Keegan Thompson. Will the 68 try to pull out in front of Mike Manford? Mike Manford blocks the bottom, and Mike Manford wins the JBL 300. As there was a crash on the front stretch. And Mike Manford is going to win here at Daytona, getting his first win in the Krispy Kreme Series. Lap traffic played a huge part in that as well. I knew we were going to catch up to that pack at some point. They were just too close, and they caught up to them on the last lap, and man, I thought they weren't even going to make it when they went 4 wide, 2 rows deep. They somehow managed to clear all of that and then get to the lap cars. Man, what a race. We're going to take a replay real quick to see what happened on the front stretch, as I saw some smoke. And then we're going to take a look at the finishing results. Well, here's what happened. This 18 of Boston Jones was off the pace and was a lap down and came in front of Allison Rain, came down in front of Allison Rain, and contact, and they both slid up the hill and went into the outside wall. They both did save it, so no caution. And I think that was during the white, that was during the white flag as well. So even if that was a caution, they would have raced back to the line anyway. Anyway, here is the official standings. Mike Manford is your winner. Second is Nick Kennedy. Man, that's a heartbreak for Nick Kennedy. Led most of the race after the big one, and unfortunately comes home in second. Keegan Thompson in third. Igor Barreto, apologies, in fourth. Juan Garcia in fifth. Sophia Fragniti in sixth. Jason Carlson in seventh. Owen Miles in eighth. Henry Dahl in ninth. And Masson Tall in 10th. And the rest of the field, unfortunately, those guys towards the bottom got involved in that big one. Not the day that they were looking for. But for Mike Manford, it is the day that he was looking for. Got a win. Unfortunately, this season there is no winning you're in, so he's going to have to stay pretty high in points. It's the top 10, the playoff format, top 10 in points will make it into the chase format, I guess you could call it, where points get reset, and then for the final few races of the season, whoever is the most consistent driver, I guess you could say, is going to be the champion of the Krispy Kreme Series season number 3. Well, thank you guys so much for watching the JBL 300 here at Daytona. I'm Travis Crampton, and I'll see you guys all for race number 2.